Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Antenna and Propagation lecture series. In my previous lecture, I complete chapter number 8. In that chapter, we have discussed about the reflector antenna. We have studied different type of reflector antenna, like parabolic reflector antenna. Now, in this lecture, we start new chapter. In this lecture, we discuss about the slot antenna. So in the slot antenna, we discuss about the introduction of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the fitting of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the type of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the impedance of slot antenna. And last we discuss about the Babinet principle for this antenna. So we start with the introduction. The application in which the flush installation are required, slot antenna are most extensively used like a high-speed aircraft. So in the application where the flush installation we require, in that type of application we use this slot antenna. We can see the example for this aircraft. Slot antenna is aperture of any size and shape made in the conducting metallic sheet, forming a suitable radiator above 300 MHz. Every slot antenna has its complementary dipole formed in the form of wire or the strip. So here we can see this is the slot antenna and this is the complementary dipole for this antenna. So slot antenna is nothing but there is a one sheet and we have taken the one slot from that sheet. So that's why it's known as a slot antenna. And this slot we can see here, this is known as a complementary dipole for that antenna. Now we discuss about the feeding of the slot antenna. So consider a slot of lambda by 2 is cut in the large conducting sheet. So here in this figure, this is a large conducting sheet, and from this sheet we cut one slot, that means lambda by 2 we have slot we have cut from this sheet. Slot antenna is fed with a transmission line connected across the point A and B. So here we have given the supply at the point A and B. The complementary of the slot antenna is the dipole as shown in the figure. So this is the complementary of this slot antenna. This is nothing but the dipole. Now the fitting of the slot antenna. If the ZS and ZD are the terminal impedance of the slot and the dipole respectively, that means ZS is the terminal impedance of the slot antenna and ZD is the terminal impedance of the dipole, then the both can be related to each other in terms of the intrinsic impedance of the free space. So we can write the ZD into ZS is equals to eta square by 4, and we know that the eta is nothing but the 377 ohm and square, so we get 3550, where the ZS is the terminal impedance of the slot and ZD indicate the terminal impedance of the dipole. Hence the terminal impedance of slot antenna is given by, so from this figure we can write that ZS is equals to 3550 by ZD, or we can also write that ZS is equals to 3550 into YD. Now the type of the feeding. So practically the slot antenna is fed with the coaxial transmission line. So normally we give the transmission line for the feeding of the slot antenna. The outer conductor is bound to the metal sheet as shown in this figure. In general, the terminal impedance of lambda by 2 slot in conducting large sheet is very large, while the characteristic impedance of the transmission line is much smaller. Thus, under such condition, the provide proper impedance matching. The offset field as shown in the figure B is used. So here, this is the offset field we use in such condition. This is a center field method. So here in this method we give the input supply, that means transmission line. We can see here this is we have given at the center, and this is the offset we have given in the feeding system. Now the slot shown in the figure C is horizontal, where in the radiation normal to the sheet is vertical polarization. The radiation is horizontally polarized with the slot vertical as shown in the figure D. For the application at very high frequency, a slot antenna with a slot cut in a conducting cylinder is most widely used. Now we discuss another types of the feeding. A longitudinal slot in the infinitely long cylinder as shown in the figure E produce a curricular radiation that diameter of the cylinder is very small. The gain and directivity properties of a basic slot antenna can be improved by using army of slot placed half-guided wavelength apart and placed on the opposite side of the central line as shown in the figure. So here we can see we have given the number of slots. That means in the some application we require the large gain and directivity. So to get this gain and directivity, here we increase the number of slots. So here we have given the more slot to increase our directivity and gain of the antenna. Now impedance of the slot antenna. Consider a slot antenna and complementary antenna as shown in this figure. The terminal of both the antenna are indicated by the T1 and T2. Let us assume that the voltage Vs to the current Is ratio is driving point impedance of slot antenna denoted by Zs. Let Es and Hs be the electric and magnetic field of the slot. There are two closed paths, C1 and C2. Here in this figure we can see this is a two path, C1 and C2 is inside slot while C2 is outside slot. The voltage Vs at terminal of the slot is given by Vs is equals to limit C1 tends to 0 integration Es dot dl. Similarly, the current Is is given by Is is equals to 2 limit C2 tends to 0 Hs dot dl. Now, assuming that Ed, Hd be the electric and magnetic field of dipole. That means Ed is the electric field of the dipole and Hd is the magnetic field of the dipole. Then the Vd is the terminal of the dipole is Vd is equals to limit C1 tends to 0 Ed dot dl. Then current Id we can write as Id is equals to 2 limit C2 tends to 0 Hd dot dl. Let characteristic impedance of surrounding medium be the Z0. Then we can write limit C2 tends to 0 integration Ed dot dl is equals to Z0 limit C2 tends to 0 Hs dot dl in the integration term. And we can also write limit C1 tends to 0 integration Hs dot l is equals to 1 upon Z0 limit C1 tends to 0 integration Es dot dl. using this equation number 2 and equation number 3 in equation number 5, that means in this equation, we get Vd is equals to Z0 Is by 2. So we can write this in the simple form. Vd is equals to Z0 by 2 into Is. Now, similarly, using the equation number 1 and equation number 4, in equation number 6, we get Id by 2 is equals to 1 upon Z0 into Vs. So we can write simply as a Vs is equals to Zd into Id by 2, or we can simply write as a Vs is equals to Z0 by 2 into Id. Now we multiply the equation number 7 and 8. So we get Vs dot Vd is equals to Z0 by 2 into Is, and the value of the Vd is the Z0 by 2 into Id. So we can simply write as the Vs upon Is, Vd upon Id is equals to Z0 square by 4. So simply we can write as a Zs is equals to Z0 square upon 4Zd. If the surrounding medium is free space, then we know that the impedance of the free space is nothing but a 377. Then the impedance we can write as Zs is equals to 377 square. That means instead of the Z0, we have put the value of the Z0 is nothing but a 377. So 377 square upon 4Zd. So when we solve this, so we get the Zs is equals to 35532 upon Zd. So this is the value of the Zs. Now we discuss about the Babinet principle. The Babinet principle is useful in developing a relationship between slot antenna and complementary antenna. The Babinet principle states that the field at any point behind a plane having a screen, if the added to the field at the same point when the complementary field is substituted is the same time as the field at the point when there is no screen. So now we understand this principle. To illustrate the principle and how it applies, let us consider three different cases with one source plane and other two imaginary plane. So now in the first one case, we consider a perfect absorbing screen is placed in a plane A, which has a region of shadow in the observation plane B as shown in this figure. Let us fill behind the screen with some function f1 of x, y and z as given by fs is equals to f1 x, y, z. Now we consider second one case. Consider the first screen is replaced by its complementary screen as shown in this figure B. Let field behind complementary screen is given by FCS is equals to F2 XYZ. And now we consider case number 3. Finally, in the case 3, no screen is present and the field is given by F0 is equals to F3 XYZ. That means now according to the Babinet principle, at the same point the total field is given as F0 is equals to Fs plus FCS. For electromagnetic field, the Babinet principle can be extended with the help of dipole as a source. Now here we consider the case number 1. In the case number 1, the dipole is horizontal and original screen is perfectly conducting infinite plane and infinitesimally thin sheet with a vertical slot cut out. At a point P in general located behind screen, the field is even. Now case 2. The original scale is replaced with the complementary screen consisting a perfectly conducting infinitesimal thin strip of the same dimension similar to the slot in the original screen. But now the dipole is turned vertical so that the E and H are interchanged. And finally, in the case 3, no screen is placed and the field at a point P is E3. So according to the Babinet principle, we can write the E3 is equals to E1 plus E2. So simply we can write this equation as E1 by E3 plus E2 by E3 is equals to 1. So in this lecture, we have discussed about the slot antenna, and in the slot antenna, we discussed about the introduction of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the fading of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the type of slot antenna. Next, we discuss the impedance of slot antenna. Then we discuss about the Babinet principle of slot antenna. So in this lecture, we have discussed about this topic. Thank you.